Ensuring the safety of lives and property is the primary responsibility of the government. It's not a tall order. To do this, the government has access to unlimited resources. The failure to keep Nigerians, especially children in schools, safe is a blight that will not go away anytime soon. This generation of children are living in a nightmare. The reality is these kidnappings can be handled better if all hands are on deck and all resources are harnessed. On Dateline Abuja today, we are looking at one of those resources greatly ignored by the Nigerian government in the war against insecurity. And that resource is space technology. Hello and welcome to Dateline Abuja. I am Kayla Megwa. We are in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. So before we get into the kidnappings and how the residents of the Federal Capital Territory are reacting to it, let's update you on the major happenings from Nigeria's seat of power.
President Muhammadu Buhari is calling for global support to develop the resources in the Niger Basin area, home to over 160 million people who depend on the river as a means of sustenance. He said this when he opened the virtual 12th Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Niger Basin Authority.
The Niger River community called Joliba in Guinea and Mali is a means of sustenance for over 160 million people living in the basin area. This heritage offers enormous development opportunities in the fields of agriculture, animal husbandry, fishing, fish farming, hydropower, hydraulics, and navigation, among others. It is therefore necessary to continue to promote its enormous potential for the benefit of our people and to improve the socio-economic development of the region.
Meanwhile, President Buhari has warned that rude shock awaits those promoting insurrection and burning critical national assets across the country. The president stated this when he received briefing from the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu.
I'm getting good intelligence report on a daily basis. The question of insecurity in the country is being mentioned all over the world, not only here in Nigeria. But I believe there are Nigerians that will attempt at least to be fair by what I believed, that I will run the country according to the Constitution. Now, with all these people who want power, whoever they are, have they proved that I was not following the Constitution? Well, am I not leading the country according to the Constitution? What do they want? I had one impression which gave me a lot of hope and confidence to continue the way I wanted. So whoever wanted diversion or destruction of the system at this point, I think will soon have their shock of their lives.
The president also met with Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State, the first meeting since the governor defected from the People's Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressives Congress about a fortnight ago. Addressing State House correspondents after the meeting, Governor Ayade alleged that external bodies are fanning the embers of disunity in Nigeria. Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State also met with the president behind closed doors. After the meeting, Governor Bello pledged to sustain peace and security in Kogi State and its environs. The president also met with some diplomats who were newly deployed to Nigeria. He received letters of credence from the ambassadors of the Republic of Bulgaria, People's Republic of China, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, as well as Republic of Turkey and Ukraine. The president used the opportunity to call for international efforts to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic and the dwindling national economies. President Buhari also presided over the meeting of the Police Council, where the appointment of Mr. Usman Alkali Baba was confirmed as the 21st Indigenous Inspector General of Police, almost 2 months after the President approved his appointment. The federal government has begun revoking visas and deactivating passports of foreigners, as well as citizens who violated the health safety regulations meant for travelers coming into Nigeria. The chairman of the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19, Mr. Boss Mustafa, stated this at the committee's briefing. Building the confidence of young people in government is crucial if Nigeria is to harness the important resource. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo stated this at the official announcement of Nigeria's Jubilee Fellows Program, a youth intervention created to help 20,000 graduates find jobs annually in the post-COVID-19 economy.
The quality of implementation will be key to the success of the Jubilee Fellows Program. We are resolute in our determination to make the needed difference and to rebuild the confidence of our young people in the ability of their government to rise to the occasion and guarantee a future that is better and more prosperous than the past.
The senators held a national public hearing on constitution amendment with various individuals and interest groups presenting their positions on a wide range of issues to amend the 1999 constitution. The National Assembly on its part is assuring it has no preconceived ideas and it would ensure that the final product reflects the inputs citizens have made to the process.
I wish to assure you most sincerely that this committee will be guided strictly by best legislative practices, highest ethical standards, integrity, open-mindedness, and patriotism.
Welcome back. This week on Dateline Abuja, we're taking the pulse of the residents of Nigeria's capital as insecurity continues to rise across the country. Safety is necessary for economic growth of the country and its citizens. And once that sense of safety is gone, everything starts to shut down. Kidnappings in Nigeria have taken a dangerous turn. The focus is now on school children. Abuja's residents are well within their rights to be scared. The latest school abductions are from Niger and Kaduna states, and Abuja is right in the middle of those two states. In our feature story, we also look at kidnappings in Abuja and the recently rescued victims in Buhari Area Council.
Located on the western border of the Federal Capital Territory with Niger State, Tungamaji in Gwagwalada Area Council is 33 kilometers to Abuja city center. A largely agrarian community with few houses and populated by the Gbagi-speaking indigents of the FCT. In September last year, the community was invaded by gunmen who kidnapped 11 members of the community, including women and children. They were later rescued. This year, at least 27 persons were abducted in different parts of the nation's capital in the first 6 weeks. The victims were reportedly abducted in 6 different incidents across the FCT. The locations of these abductions were reported as Gwagwalada, Kubwa, Pegi, Abaji, Tungamaji, and Buhari. According to a 2020 report by SB Morgan, FCT ranked 11th among the places where abductions have been rampant in Nigeria. Last month, hundreds of protesters partially blocked the highway into the nation's capital, Abuja, after residents reported a spate of kidnappings in the area. Setting tires on fire, a crowd barricaded a section of the Abuja-Kaduna highway in the Tafa area of Niger State, bordering the federal capital.
Every budget of Nigeria is half of the money is on the security. Where is the security? We can't sleep. Imagine the people that have car, they can't bring car to their house. They have come to my area, Alimarinas, at Chaza here. They have come 10 times and carry people in Nigeria. Can you imagine that kind of things?
Please, we are begging the government. I don't have anybody to rescue my sister. Please, government should come and rescue them. Please, we are begging the government.
The kidnapping is not abating. and the latest is in Buhari area, where 14 persons were rescued by a combination of operatives from the police and the Department of State Services. They were abducted in Biajin village in the Kubwa area of Buhari Area Council.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Your good effort. Daddy, we thank you. I don't know how to survive.
They now put us inside one cage, down the hill, inside cage. That's where all of us did. They now come to meet me in the morning time. They say they are kidnappers. They are not here to harm anybody, but we should cooperate. Say their problem is money. They need money. Say we should cooperate. And for me, say they have seen my house, that I'm going to pay 60 million. I say 60 million. I have not even seen 60 million of my lifetime. I say that's my own bill. In this Nigeria, if we join force, we will do many things. Because after we come out, I now find out that hunters among them. The police and hunters among them. So, the police, they perform excellently. And what even amazed me, they tell us that they come around 5 o'clock early morning. They don't come with motor, they come with a leg.
The situation is further worsened by the spate of insecurity in states that border the Federal Capital Territory, like Kaduna and Niger states. This has raised some concerns in the nation's capital.
We are all responsible for security, but some people are professionals who are meant to secure us. If they choose to fold their hands, we are believing that with time, God will bring a good time to come back to Nigeria.
The major issues is bandit kidnapping, and they leave them alone. It is not, that's not the way the military do things. Military does, once it is an emergency, they assemble themselves. From platoon, you get a section. From company, they make a platoon. From brigade, they make a battalion, and swap up there and do something about it. But if they leave it alone, people will ask them, where are our military? What are their duties?
For the security in Abuja now, I can say for the whole country now, it's very bad. It's not advisable at all. How I wish government can sit themselves and talk about the insecurity proper and to put things in order for the people.
In the meantime, the police has paraded 81 suspects arrested between April and May 2021. Among them are members of a notorious criminal gang responsible for carrying out some of the abductions in the Federal Capital Territory, Kaduna, Niger, among others. Also arrested is a 7-man criminal syndicate that specializes in the manufacturing and supply of locally fabricated AK-47 rifles and ammunition to bandits in forests along the Kaduna Abuja Expressway and other spots.
We have before us here today a total of 81 suspects. These are all high-profile suspects arrested from various parts of the country for crimes ranging from kidnapping, banditry, gun running, and illicit possession of weapons. The summary of the exhibits recovered from them shows that we have recovered within the short period a total of 45 assorted firearms, consisting of 1 GPMG, 1 LA rifle, 17 AK-47 rifles, 20 locally fabricated AK-47 rifles, 2 pump actions, and 3 single-barrel guns. From these suspects, we equally recovered a total of 9,899 live ammunition, consisting largely of AK-47 live ammunition, Type 06 live ammunition, and GPMG live ammunition.
The FCT command of the Nigerian police continues to appeal to residents to furnish all security agencies with relevant information that will aid the arrest and prosecution of criminals.
Satellite operations play a crucial role in ensuring national security. Is the Nigerian government tapping into this resource? According to my guest, not much has been achieved with that. In the interview segment, we speak with Dr. Halilu Shaba, the Director General of the National Space Research and Development Agency. Dr. Halilu, welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Thank you so much, Kela.
The last time we heard from you, actually, it was a soundbite. I actually watched it on the news. Oh. And you were talking about some of the challenges facing the agency and how these challenges are affecting its ability to help the war on insecurity. Yeah. What exactly is going on?
When you talk about challenges, first of all, I remember being quoted saying that one satellite cannot do the job. We have Nigerian Sat-2 and Nigerian Sat-X up there. Nigerian Sat-2 is high-resolution satellite. Nigerian Sat-X is medium-resolution satellite, and they pass over Nigeria. And remember, if this satellite will come over Nigeria and will not return over Nigeria until after 3 days, a lot of actions or activities may have taken place that the satellite is not back to watch. So virtually, one satellite may not do the job. And when you speak about challenges, we keep saying this every day, satellite programs are not sponsored using the normal budgetary allocations because you don't have any other satellite building institution that you are competing with. You are competing with international community, and international community has so many satellites up there. So what we feel should be the case, we should have a percentage here, and then it's for research, especially considering the importance of this satellite to security, the economy, and even to development. So if you look at what we can do and how it can help in a knowledge economy like ours that we want to be, you believe that there is a need for so many of that. Now, you speak about communication satellite. A lot of governments are willing to build communication satellite because it brings in money, because that's where you have telephony, broadcasting, internet, and so on. But what space agencies do, they build their own satellite for Earth observation and build communication satellite so that it serves as, it serves the IGR of the government. So you put the two together. Unlike what we have now, where we have a lot of people questioning where do we raise this money from and so on. The communication satellite is supposed to complement the Earth observation satellite. Now, when you talk about security, you also want to monitor the radio frequency, which is the capability that you have with the satellite. You also want to measure some waves, measure some carbons. You need to integrate all these facilities. And integrating them gives you a wider coverage with certainty. Why? Anytime you have anything anytime you have an event that you want to monitor, you don't just conclude with just guessing. If you pick an item, the other one verify it for you, and then you know definitely something is taking place.
So let's use security. If we say that there is a criminal hub, there's a suspicion that a particular area is housing, let's say, Boko Haram terrorists. So how does that work, really?
If we assume, just like if you remember what happened to Osama bin Laden, because there was satellite information about him, that was why they were able to know where he was. Likely we will tell you that, okay, we have our satellite over a building, activities in the building, the shape of the buildings will change, and also the traffic into the building. So at any given moment our satellite pass over it, we try to monitor what are the new things that have changed.
So you're saying we don't have that right now?
We have only one satellite.
This satellite, is it on the 2011 satellite?
2011 satellite,
November. It have a 7-year lifespan?
It has 7-year lifespan. And the lifespan is supposed to have expired 2018.
Yes.
In a culture of satellite industries, you build a new satellite that is supposed to replace that one before you have.
So we haven't?
We have not done that.
So what's that satellite doing right now?
We are living in grace. Because normally, based on the foil of the satellite, you imagine that it's going to last for 7 years. That's the short time. But since 2018, the satellite has been functional and it's still giving us the necessary data.
Grace.
So that's, yes.
How do you feel about that for a country that is facing insecurity at this level?
The fact is, I think it's not that a story you want to tell to say this is how it's been going. But again, this is where we found ourselves. If you look at so many things competing for the same dwindling resources that are available.
Why is this a priority?
It is a priority, especially now that we have this this case of insurgency. If you look at the history of satellite,
Sorry, not to cut you short. We're not just talking about insurgency in northern Nigeria. We're talking about the entire country.
Yes, the entire.
There's a kidnapping issue going on. It's every day in the news.
Yes.
Why isn't this a priority? And as Director General, what would you have the government do right now?
Well, if you, what I want the government to do is to supply satellite programs so that we have high-resolution satellites, and then we put them in constellations, and then also build more of communication satellite. Like I keep saying, I said we need a national reconnaissance center where you bring all the security stakeholders together. They sit together, and then we have a very big platform where we monitor all the radio frequency. We monitor all. We also give them image intelligence, and they see across the facet of this country. Because apart from the Earth observation satellite, we also have other satellites that will monitor various things. Now they see it across the board. They speak to somebody who is in the field. The theater commander will get to know. The police will also get to know. And we also feel if you have the National Reconnaissance Center and you develop high-altitude platforms, for you to mobilize troops to anywhere, it takes more than an hour, more than 1 hour. But if you have high-altitude platform that is weaponized from wherever you are, if you have the command here, it gets to wherever you are. You want it to get to within an hour. So you are dealing with so many things here.
How have they been handling these cases of kidnappings, insurgents? Is it word of mouth? Are we using information on the ground? Has your office been instrumental in any way since we started dealing with insecurity, let's say in the past 2 years?
In the past 2 years, I think the activities are a bit low because like the partakers in the security outfit, we only provide them images. We've been training the military, the police, civil defense, and the rest so that they will be able to handle our data. That has been ongoing.
So you're training and providing images?
Yes. Again, we are lucky we have the Defense Space Administration here with us, co-locating with us. We are also trying to look at what are the areas that we can work together. Because if you look at the whole world, there are more military satellites in the world than the civilian satellites. That is telling you that the whole of building of satellite is meant for issues like the insurgencies we now have.
Well, Dr. Halil, we have to stop it there, but thank you very much for being with us on Dateline.
Thank you so much for having me. We are glad you are speaking with us. Thank you.
More needs to be done if Nigeria has any chance of winning this war against insecurity. And yes, it is a war with non-state actors who found a way to terrorize Nigerians and profit from our negligence. The best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. If the mistakes of the past created our present realities, isn't it counterproductive to be making the exact same mistakes right now? What will our future be, I wonder? That's Dateline Abuja this week. Please let us know the happenings in your neighborhood using the social media handles showing right now on your screen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayla Megwa. See you next time.